friends, today is January 8th, 2024. Happy New Year to everyone. As you see, the tree's still up, but I wanted to take this shot before taking it down so you could enjoy it. I want to teach you how to make restaurant style fried rice and home style fried rice the way DimSimLim does. And if it's the first time you're cooking fried rice, I think this is an easy way to make it, the way he teaches us. So hope you enjoy it. So I'm gonna walk you through it to see how easy it is to make fried rice at home and restaurant style, and you can compare both. The first thing that DimSimLim does is wash the rice. I'm going to use 1.25 cups of rice. I'm going to do this twice. You can use 2 cups if you want. I'm just making a little extra. And to wash it, it says to rinse it twice. That way you keep some of the starch. Otherwise it'll be too sticky. The way he measures the rice water level is if you put your hand flat on the pan, your knuckles should be above the water. That's how he measures. To this rice, we're going to add a little bit of oil. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of chicken powder, 1 tablespoon of 621. We'll use a rice scoop to give it a mix. And add it to the rice cooker. Now, while the rice is cooking, we're going to prepare all the ingredients. We're going to use 4 eggs. 2 for the home fried rice and 2 for the restaurant style. Mix the eggs. We have chicken thighs here, so we're going to cut into small cubes. Okay, everything's washed. Now we have separated the chicken in half. This is for the home cooked fried rice, and this one is for the restaurant fried rice. Marinate the chicken with sugar, six to 1. Chicken powder, a little bit of white pepper, a little dash of soy sauce, oil, and rice flour. Maybe give this a mix. In case it's too dry, just add a little bit of water. We have spring onions. Remove the ends. We're using the white part for cooking and the green part for garnishing. Put the green part in water for garnishing. Now we have fresh steamed rice. He doesn't like to use a day-old rice like usually everyone does. And it smells delicious. Now we're ready to season the rice.
I'm going to give it a little bit of sugar, 6-to-1, chicken powder, white pepper, a little bit of oil, a little bit of soy sauce, and we're going to mix the rice. It's easier to mix it in like this before you cook it, so you don't have to deal with the big lumps of rice. Taste it to make sure it's well seasoned. Now, to speed up the process, I'm going to cook the chicken and the prawns outside. Heat up the wok, oil, chicken, move it around so it won't stick. Remove the chicken, strain it, a little bit more oil, add the prawns, put them in with the chicken, strain it. Now we're going to heat up the stove to high and put the pan here and make it really hot before adding the oil. Now that the pan is hot, that's when you add the oil. See? Then we're going to add half the eggs. Let it stir. Try not to move the pan so you won't lose any heat. Now we're ready to add the rice. Add half the spring onions. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. All we need to do is cook the rice because the rice is already seasoned. So once the cooked rice is ready, then we just add the chicken and the prawns. So when our rice is almost ready, just add our prawns and chicken back. Now it's ready for sesame seed oil. Just a little bit. Our fried rice is ready. We're ready to plate it. Little garnish on top. And voila. Look at this plate. It's beautiful. Now it's cranked on full heat. Oil. Eggs. This is a restaurant style. The rice. Add the green onions. Add the chicken and the prawns. And it's ready. Ready to serve. Ready to try out the home style fried rice. The flavor's amazing. I love it. And now it's time to try the restaurant style fried rice in the wok. I love it. You know, the taste is the same, but it's better in a wok. I'm used to cooking in a wok, and I prefer it in a wok. If you cannot do it in a wok, you can do it at home. But it's delicious. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Chef DimSimLim. Thank you. Oh, it's just too good. God bless you.
Yo, cameraman Genio, tell him.
Like, subscribe to DimSimLim.
Alright, laters.
Now I'm going to show you my version of my fried rice. I've been doing it for about 8 times now. And I'm going to show you the ingredients that I like to add to my fried rice. I'm going to use this and pour 1.5 cups of rice. I use basmati rice. This is a good rice for fried rice. I use jasmine, but basmati is better. So I'm going to use 1.5 cups 2 times. I'm going to wash the rice twice. If the water level reaches my knuckle, that means there's enough water for the rice to cook. Add a little oil. It keeps it from sticking together. Add 1 tablespoon of chicken powder. 6-to-1. 1 tablespoon. And then give it a mix. And we'll start cooking the rice. I'll be preparing all the ingredients in the meantime. I'm going to beat 4 eggs. This is about 1 pound of chicken. I usually like to take the white part from the eggs.
Beat the eggs. Just for a few seconds. Gonna season the chicken, so we're gonna add sugar, 6 to 1, chicken powder, a little bit of white pepper, a little bit of oil, a little bit of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of white spice powder, and a little bit of rice flour. We're gonna mix it up. If it's too dry, you could add a little bit of water, like a tablespoon, but this one looks good. Now for my version, I'm gonna add some soy sauce to this bowl, a little bit, to make my sauce. A little bit of hoisin sauce. A little bit of oyster sauce. A little bit of fish sauce. I'm going to add some XO. I'm going to mix and set it aside. And I will pour this on top of the rice when I'm cooking in the wok. To the rice, I'm going to be adding ginger, garlic, white mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, Chinese sausage, carrots, onion, baby bok choy, peppers, green onions. Here I have the gailan and the bok choy. I'm going to cut those up. I'm going to boil the carrots for a little bit so it could soften up just for a few minutes. Okay, the rice is ready. Now we're going to season the rice. Smells delicious. See? Now we're going to season the rice. A little bit of sugar. 6 to 1. Chicken powder. White pepper, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of soy sauce. And we're going to mix it all in. It tastes better when you mix it in here in the pot like you did, because then all the flavors are going to be concentrated. After stirring your rice, give it a taste. And then, do not forget, we have our delicious prawns ready for the wok. Okay, I started the wok to get hot, to get that wok haze. I usually like to cook with rendered pork fat. I'm going to try with this instead of oil. You have the oil when the wok is smoky hot. I got it on high. I'm going to start with the vegetables first. Onions. Peppers. the stem of the vegetables first. I have some green onions in there as well. And then we use the green onions for garnishing. Now add the leaves. Take the vegetables out. I'm gonna throw in the mushrooms. I'm gonna add it to the vegetables that are already cooked. Chicken goes in. Chinese sausages are going in. Taking out the chicken and the sausage. A little bit more oil. Now I'm going to throw in the prawns. You have to keep stirring just like the chicken. They will not get burned. So cook them halfway. We're going to add ginger and garlic. And add the eggs. Ready to add in the rice. You have to press it and mix it with the eggs. The egg serves as a coating, non-stick coating. So you add it first and then you add the rice. The meat. Garlic and ginger. The shrimp. Vegetables. I'm going to add the sauce that I prepared.
DimSimLim, better known as DimSimLim in social media. He gives a speech to a live audience in Sydney, Australia. And he talks about his life when they migrated. He starts by saying his grandfather was a restaurant owner. His father was a Chinese restaurant owner. And then he talks about how he became a restaurant owner after his father passed away in 2016. He was studying in the university and he dropped out on his last semester to become the next owner of his father's restaurant with 100 seating spaces. He talks about how he practiced cooking with his dad. He wasn't allowed to serve and cook until he was 15, and the first dish he made was fried rice. Fried rice is one of the easiest plate to make, but it's the hardest to get right. Then he thought that it wasn't enough to cook with one wok, and he ended up mastering, like his dad, with 2 woks, cooking 2 different meals at the same time. He also says that in the Western restaurants, you have 20 items on the menu, and yet when he started, he had 300 in his menu. Cooking Chinese food is not just fried rice, it's a whole mastering of the flavoring and all the ingredients that go together and create that wonderful, delicious flavor, especially when you cook in a wok. When you cook in a wok, you create the wok haze, and the wok haze is where the noodles and the rice taste much better than home cooking. DimSimLim also says that when you own a Chinese restaurant, it's a total dedication. You spend all your days in the restaurant and you only go home to sleep. So when you walk into a restaurant and you see that boy in front of the restaurant in the first table doing his homework, you know that that food is delicious, because they are constantly giving their lives and their heart and their work to that restaurant to create these delicious dishes. They don't go home after 8 hours like we do. They are there all the time. I live here in Hollywood, and as an example, we have a Chinese restaurant called Chinese Star, and they are constantly open till 10 o'clock at night. All day long, you always see them cooking and serving the public. The perception of Chinese food is that it's indulgent and cheap, but there's a lot more to that. There is no formal culinary schools to teach how to cook these meals, so it takes years of training and years of practice to get to know all the ingredients, how to mix them up, and how to cook these delicious meals. Back in 2019, when COVID-19 hit, there was a shortage of chefs in Sydney, so it was kind of hard. In Malaysia, where DimSimLim is from, they have open kitchens outside, and you can smell all the aromas of all the spices and all the wonderful flavors in the wok, and that creates a nostalgia, and that's what he remembers whenever he eats a Chinese meal. Very nostalgic. So that's what creates a great dish, nostalgia. So like DimSimLim says, next time you go to a Chinese restaurant, it's not just a plate of fried rice. There's so much more.
It was something that we shared. Cooking represents all the hard work and memories that we had learning the art, mastering the skills, and understanding the history of Chinese food. To me, the value of Chinese food is so much more than the prices you pay at my restaurant. So the next time you visit a Chinese restaurant, just remember, it's not just a plate of fried rice. It's so much more than that. Thank you.
Hope you like this video, but we have to show you the restaurant style fried rice. Guys, I just went by China Star and I told the owner that I was making a video on Chinese food, and I bought some special fried rice. Look at this beauty. Nice and fluffy. Look at this. Nice and fluffy. Isn't it wonderful? I love it. Oh, so good. Perfect. Hope you enjoyed the video. To get the wok hay, you need to crank up the heat on high. Heat up your wok, smoky hot, before you pour in the oil. You add the oil.
just to create a non-stick coating. And you swirl the oil. You discard it. Then you add in more oil to start cooking. That's when you add your ingredients. This is the way the rice turned out, and it's delicious. Hope you try it. Thank you. Bye. Till the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Till the next video, Happy New Year.